good morning, or whatever time it is in your part of the world, or day or hour thing. Good day. It's day everywhere. So, um, I wanted to let you know that a bunch of stuff's been sort of happening in my world this week, and I don't know. Someone just said something on the internet, and I was just like, "Oh, I've got to make a thing about this." So, here it is. Um, there's so many of us that don't flipping give ourselves time. And that's what this is about. So it's part memory keeper, part advice, part just straight video blog about my life sort of thing. But in essence, I've been going to school for 6 years to get my bachelor's degree. The reason it took so long has to do with the fact that I started off with it being my old degree from when I was younger, and I started off just doing an art degree because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Took some psychology classes, like, oh, I know this. This is great. And switching over to psychology. Psychology had to have a minor, so I figured I would just have an art minor. And then I decided I wanted to get into drama therapy um, because what I actually wanted to do was live action role playing for therapy. And found out that there was this thing called drama therapy, looked into that field, and they were really looking for people with a theater degree with two psych classes, not a psych major with two theater classes. So then I had to get a second minor, and I got a migraine for a month and a half and had to trash an entire semester and retake those classes. So that's how a 4-year degree turns into a 6-year degree. Um, but anyway, literally for 6 years, I've just been going full tilt. I mean, even when you're on your break in between the summer, or you're on spring break or fall break, your brain is not thinking about school. And whether it's school or you have a full-time job or whatever, as Americans, we just suck about giving ourselves permission to take time for ourselves. And so I made a deal with my body. I said, if you will just help me get through this last few weeks, I promise I will take care of you. For 2 weeks, you can sleep in as late as you want, and I promise we're not planning to do any business or nothing. Just do whatever. And I've been good to that promise. I mean, even if I have seen friends or something, it's not for business, like, okay, we're going to plan to do this and going to plan to do that and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I went out last night and it was great. I had a great time. I had a glass of wine. Somebody else drove. It was awesome. It was really wonderful. And my friend Lee, who I was with, was just like, man, I need to remember to give myself permission. And then somebody else said something similar online this morning, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this because we need to just give ourselves permission to sleep. I mean, there's some of us that are like, literally, I'm gonna die if I don't go into work and sacrifice myself. And no, I mean, it's like, if you don't go into work, then the money you don't get from one day means you don't go out to the movies and dinner this month or do something like that. I mean, it doesn't mean you give up on everything. Um, there's got to be other ways, but this is the only freaking body we have, okay? And we need to take care of it. And then we wonder, why do we have heart disease? Why do we have cancer? It's because we're killing ourselves. You know, it's not just the toxic stuff we eat, it's the toxic thoughts. And trust me, they're just as deadly, if not more so. I mean, there's one of the things I loved about school is reading some of the studies and stuff that I did in psychology. And one of those was about it. This is really important. This is a really cool study. They had a thing where they were feeding poison to rats. It was supposed to give them cancer. Um, and all the groups of the rats were developing cancer as a result of eating this poison, except for this one group. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And this is really important because this is cancer, okay? There was a man who was coming in at night and feeding this particular group of rats, and he felt so sorry for them that they were being fed poison that before he fed them, he would take them out and he would love them and pet them and kiss them and then give them the food. And the love and affection neutralized the poison. Dudes, that's the power of love. You've got to, we have to do that to ourselves. I mean, without that love and affection and treating ourselves good and treating our bodies good, we're not, we just, it's so important. I can't stress that enough. And it's not just from other people that we need that love and affection. We need to do it to ourselves. We need to take a break, go to the movies, read a book for the whole afternoon. I mean, you know, there's, we just need to take care of ourselves. Go get a massage, take a bubble bath, call in well. I mean, we can't just live our whole lives and think that we're going to die or something, that we can't live if we don't go into work and sacrifice ourselves. I mean, you should schedule it. I mean, seriously, because your body and mind will be able to go farther and do more if it knows there's an end and there's a rest period somewhere. I mean, it's amazing. It really, really is. And I mean, I don't think I could have gotten through those last few weeks of school if I didn't promise my body this time. These 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm not doing anything until January 2nd. I mean, I have all these plans and stuff and everything I have to do, and those of you who've seen my notes section in Facebook just know that it's crazy. And there's some days where my arms and legs just feel hollow. And I'm like, yep, and that is why we're not doing anything. Give yourselves permission. You deserve it. You're worthy. I mean, my God, your kids watch you. If you don't think your kids aren't watching you, they're watching you. They're seeing, well, basically when I become a grown-up, nobody else has to abuse me. I get to do it to myself. You know, you don't have to have an abusive partner. The abusive partner is you. You don't need anyone else to beat up on you. You're doing a great job yourself. All I'm saying is, I give you permission, if you need it, to love yourself, to take care of yourself, to sleep in, to schedule a day off. Maybe all you do is just sleep. Who cares? It's your day. But at least tell your body that you're going to give it to it, because, you know, you can't just keep running on empty. And I know it's hard for people who have kids. I just put a thing on Facebook about a woman who does event babysitting, wedding and event babysitting. Choose an event. Ask a bunch of people if they want to do it all together. And give yourself like the day off. You know, there are resources, but and the universe wants to help you, but you got to say what you want, and you have to say what you need. You have to say it out loud, and you have to say it to yourself. Go stand in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you, and you're sorry for abusing yourself, and you're going to do better, and that you're going to give yourself some time. And I swear to God, it'll feel like you're going to cry when your body gets to hear that you hear that it's hurting. I mean, we're killing ourselves, people, and it's not worth it. It really, really isn't. That's not what this life is about. Um, I love you. Give yourself some time. Um, and if you need a reminder, just call me. I'm always here for you guys. I love you. Hey, I did it before 13 minutes this time. Okay. Namaste. Be good to yourselves. I love you. And we'll talk to you later. Mwah. Blessings.